People, weekly, Robo, don't have time for chit chat today. I mean, I was just writing down new stuff 10 minutes ago before I started shooting this. If I hadn't done 2 quickies this week, I would have been worried that this would run 30-45 minutes, which I have no problem with. I will ramble forever. See, I'm trying to be quick right here, and here I go, just blah, 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 blah. It's more about my internet. If I tried to shove a 30, 45, 50 minute video down its throat, it'd just be like, no! Just be like, no. Not happening. It'd be like, what in the hell are you trying to do to me? Nope, I thought we were friends. Not on my watch, bitch. I'll try. Yeah, real quick. Anyway, let's talk about a lot of S.H. Figuarts, some Revoltech, some MAFEX, some Mattel, some Mezco, some Star Wars Black Series, otherwise, some Marvel Legends, some Square Enix, and then some weird-ass Tom and Jerry figures. As I started recording last week's weekly, the Bluefin booth at C2E2 posted a picture of the S.H. Figuarts Dragon Ball Future Trunks. Looks pretty cool. I have the model kit, so I'm kind of good with that, although I'm not sure if this is the same version because Robo don't know much past the Namek saga. But also soliciting this week would be the S.H. Figuarts Dragon Ball Bulma. From what I understand, this costume only showed up on a cover or in an intro. It wasn't actually used in the show, maybe. But it's a good look. It's action-oriented. You don't want the Arabian attire. It's poofy. It gets in the way of articulation. This is very streamlined. It works for joints. Don't we all? No. I already see people asking for other versions. If this doesn't do well, that they won't get those versions. Who knows how these things sell? Only Bandai knows, I guess. Now, the solicitation says $50 and will release in September, but through Bluefin, this is $60 because of the extra importing, and it'll come out in October. You did not see me look at my notes. Going by last week, I try to contain the Robo Don't Knows, but I gotta keep the Figuarts together. It's either here or here, and in my brain, they look better together. So we're gonna talk about the S.H. Figuarts Kingdom Hearts Sora Final Form. Robo Don't Know Kingdom Hearts. I know that there was a Sora already solicited, and this looks like almost the exact same sculpt, just in a pearl white. And not knowing the property at all, this is a great start to the weekly, isn't it? Don't know shit about anything until we get halfway through it. Just going by looks, not knowing about the property, I like this white look. It's a little bit more uniform, and I dig the 2 new keyblades that this figure comes with. It is a Soul Web exclusive, so it's going to be a little bit harder to get, but it'll cost you $55. Well, it's listed at $55 on the Soul Web site. It'll probably be a little bit higher with your third-party sellers, and that will release in September. Had a lot of people asking about this week, but I wanted to save it, you know, because I just didn't have enough to talk about in the weekly. And here is the S.H. Figuarts AntMan and Wasp AntMan. Now, you go back to the Captain America Civil War AntMan, it's a little bit plain. It's a little bit disappointing because all he comes with, I think he came with a small version of himself, a couple of extra hands. Very bare bones. And when you look at it, especially compared to the new version, it's very plain, it's very flat, not very exciting at all. But you get to this new version, it's an all-new sculpt. I know it looks nearly the same, but the wrinkles in it, the proportions, the texture on the uniform, the extra added bits, I really like it. Even though I will be disappointed in it again because it only comes with 2 hands. That's it. Nothing else. But man, does it look good. I love the look of the lenses. The helmet looks better, it looks more lifelike, and then, like I said, it looks like an actual person in a costume. Shrunk down to size. Frickin' genius. Now, if you go through an import site, this will run you $50, and it releases in August, which falls right after the Infinity War releases for S.H. Figuarts. But there is an interesting Bluefin release. Usually with these Figuarts figures, we get rocks, or we get some kind of flame. But in Ant-Man's case, we're getting a 10.8-inch scale ant for Ant-Man to ride. I don't know how articulated the ant will be, and when I say scale, I mean in scale with Ant-Man, as if he were shrunk down really far. So, or maybe he takes an ant and scales it up. Who the hell knows? But this isn't just a rock or an energy thing. This is a very cool addition. The bad thing about it, Ant-Man being $50, the Bluefin release is $100. Again, they got to get to that certain price point, but $50 for an ant? I'm not sure. And here we go with more S.H. Figuarts Bandai Tamashii Nations. In the Quickie, I talked about the Chewbacca and the Mimban Stormtrooper from Solo. All the details, you can go back and watch that, probably right in front of my face right now. Those went up for pre-order last night, so you can go grab them now. Along with those two, they're also reissuing the A New Hope Han Solo and the Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. It really surprised me when I clicked on Ami last night and they had all four listed. Luke is apparently very, very popular because this is his third or fourth reissue, but you better hurry because I just checked Ami and it's already sold out. Do not buy the shitty bootlegs. Unless you're making customs or something. If you want the Luke, try to get an official release because I'm about to answer my own question. It's one of the best looking Star Wars figure arts you can get. That's why there's bootlegs. That's why there's been 3 or 4 reissues. Also, what surprised me is the actual prices on all the figures. I figured Chewbacca would be about $80, but he's only $51. While the Mimban Stormtrooper is $50. What surprises me even more is that Han is going for $52? Why is he more expensive than actually all 4 of these figures this round? And then Luke is going for $50, if you can catch him for $50. Hurry. Run. And all 4 of those figures release in June. Haha, good to be over here. Miyazawa. Last weekend there was a show overseas, the Miyazawa Model Spring Exhibition. And on display was a final painted prototype version of the Amazing Yamaguchi Batman. I'm still gonna have nightmares about the cape. Hell, I'm having them already. Just look at that picture. It's like just coming at me. I can't get away from it. But the figure itself, okay. I don't know about those side joints. They're okay on Wolverine. They seem to stick out a little bit more on Batman. But I figure, when I get the figure, it's going to be, lining it up, trying to make those as invisible as possible on the shelf. Otherwise, I'm super excited about this figure. And trying to find a third-party cape with wires to try to get that look without getting that look. And I know there's fans of it. Got nothing against you. You can like whatever you want. For me, no. Also, at that same show, Kyoto was showing a movie Revoltech Winnie the Pooh. Who would have thunk any company would bother with a super articulated Winnie the Pooh? Oh, bother. Which now that I've said it out loud, there's a movie coming, isn't there? A live-action Winnie the Pooh movie? Doesn't look like there's a lot of articulation in the legs themselves, but there's a ball joint at the hips, several sets of hands, 3 or 4 different faces. This maybe. This will be very cool. No date, no info. We'll just, keep our ears to the ground and our eyes to the screens. Same show, but we're flipping to MAFEX, so I'm flipping to the other side. Maybe. Maybe I'll be over here. You just never know what Robo's gonna do. But here is the Medicom MAFEX Justice League Bruce Wayne. I've managed to avoid everything despite people telling me that the MAFEX Justice League Batman and Superman are damn fantastic. Seeing Bruce Wayne, just, wanting him standing in the display, I want it. But I don't know if I want it, because if I want this and I got it, I want to go back and get the Batman. I want to get the Superman. Flash looks cool. Or Cyborg. Or Aquaman. I want Bruce Wayne, but I don't have the money of Bruce Wayne. And then there's this bad bastard. The Medicom MAFEX comic book Spider-Man. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole debate if it's Bagley, or if it's Larson, or if it's McFarlane, or any other artist that you may see a teeny tiny bit of in here. It just looks like a kick-ass Spider-Man. To me, it looks like kind of like an amalgam. It's kind of modern, kind of classic, kind of that 90s look. Here. Now, the first figure in this series will be Gwenpool. Going to Spider-Man next, it kind of opens things up, because I love the Homecoming Spider-Man. If this is half as great as that is, this may be my main Spider-Man on the shelf. Goodbye, Marvel Legends. Goodbye, Revoltech. Goodbye. I blinked. All you other Spider-Mans. Here's more official promotional pictures for the Mattel DC Signature Lynda Carter Wonder Woman. Thighs! I don't know what they're doing there. Again, maybe on purpose, maybe prototype, but why even take pictures of it? Are the seams supposed to be on the back? I have Mattel. Bad Mattel. You need to do this, not this. I was gonna look for a magazine or a newspaper or something to roll up and swat Mattel on the nose, but I've got the internet. Why the hell do I need newspapers and magazines? Yakface.com is reporting the next series for Solo after, well, Wave 1 with all the Solo characters in it, Wave 2 with Forlom and Kira, Solo Wave 3 or Wave 18 of Black Series will contain Beckett, it'll have the Rebel Fleet Trooper, and then it'll have Han Bespin. We've seen Beckett, we've seen the Rebel Fleet Trooper. Han Bespin is kind of out of nowhere, especially if what I'm hearing, this goes up for pre-order May 1st. But it may be progressively harder and harder to get figures from waves like this because of all the damn repacks they put in these cases. Got another Range Trooper, which I ain't got no problem with. Kira, Lando, Tarkin, and Rey Island Journey again. I can understand the need to continually put out figures, but put out older figures, not figures that just came in the case before it. It's crazy. They also have numbers for Aval on Mimbin. I'm trying to avoid spoilers, so I don't know what that is. Imperial Patrol Trooper, and then L337, which, well, I just got my case from Dorkside Toys today of Solo Series 1, so now I have Han, now I have Lando. I'll have to get these to go along with it. Keeping with Star Wars Black Series, we had a surprise reveal go up for pre-order last night on all the sites from Hasbro, and that would be a box of Enfy's Nest and his swoop bike. No pictures, so we don't know what it looks like. Don't look at this picture. This is just to give you an idea what it is, but this is the 3 3/4 inch version, not 6 inch. No, not 6 inch. Don't get your hopes up. It went up for pre-order, but those pre-orders have been pulled down. Hasbro has sent out an email saying that it will not be solicited until May 31st. That's when the reveal happens, what it looks like, and then it'll actually release in August. But I've been told that if you put a pre-order in, that's secure. You're still good for that when it eventually comes out. It's just that the pre-orders now have been stopped. I guess because they're protecting it, even though I've got this picture of the 3 3/4 inch, it's not like we don't know what he looks like. Who knows? Hasbro, Star Wars. The Hasbro Marvel Legends AntMan and Stinger 2-pack has been found at Toys R Us in California. Toys R Us? But I know, mine's gone. Toys R Us exists no longer in my area. So when I saw this news, I thought, well, shit. But it seems online retailers have picked up the slack. You can now pre-order it on Dorkside Toys, Entertainment Earth, wherever you may want to get your Marvel Legends. That's $40 and it will release in June. Because it is Friday the 13th, it shouldn't have surprised me that I woke up to Mezco soliciting their 1/12 collective Jason from Friday the 13th Part 3. Now I will admit, Robo don't know horror. I don't think I've seen a Friday the 13th movie all the way through, and I think the only Nightmare on Elm Street I watched up until a couple of years ago was Part 3, Dream Warriors. I don't remember watching a Hellraiser. I don't think I've seen a Halloween. I know. But this is looking great. It's loaded with accessories. He's got an alternate head with a slash in it that you can either put the mask over or have the mask off. He comes with an axe that goes into that slash, or he can hold it in his hand. I kind of like this figure. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence here, but I'm not ordering the S.H. Figuarts Chewbacca. I'm actually Robo from Earth 42. Now, this is the standard Mezco price of $80, and it will release somewhere October to December. Robo don't know Xenogears. So when it comes to the Square Enix, Bring Arts, Xenogears, Fei Fong Wong, yeah, I don't know, but Robo likes good figures, and this looks pretty sweet. I don't have any experience with Bring Arts. My 2B and Machine should be out for delivery right now from Nier Automata. I don't know that property either, but I like good toys, and I like little machines, little Robos, so I'm looking forward to that. If Bring Arts is good to me, I may have more Bring Arts in my future. But this has been solicited, $50. It'll come out in August. And then finally, surprise of the week would be super articulated Tom and Jerry figures. Where'd this come from? It's some company I've never heard of called Dasin Models. It's an arm of Great Toys Company, which if you try to Google Great Toys Company, you don't get a lot of information on one single company that's called Great Toys. So that's strike number one in the back of my head as this being actual, product that's going to come out. Strike two would be being linked to a Weibo page that has a whole discussion on whether or not these are actually licensed or if this company has the copyright to actually make Tom and Jerry figures. Apparently when they were first shown, they were just called Cat and Mouse. Don't know. And if you look, it's actually called The Tom and Jerry. There's no show. It's just odd to have that "the." So it has a very, very bootleg feel to it. And then adding to that, I can only find it on one website for sale. That would be China Model Toys. And it only has a 30-day window to pre-order. So, strike number 3. But you damn well know I already put my pre-order in. Because I'm a sucker, apparently. Tom and Jerry is just one of those cartoons, you know? You came home or you were sitting around and you weren't doing anything and Tom and Jerry would come on and you just automatically watch. And these look damn good. Alternate hands, accessories, alternate faces. The coloring looks great. The articulation looks fantastic. I mean, Tom down at the dish, his articulation can have him look all the way up and still look natural. Jerry, not so much, but I'm figuring, this big with the articulation scheme, because the Weibo page does list it as 5.5 inches, which I'm assuming is Tom. If that's Jerry, that makes Tom like this huge. I'm guessing, you know, Tom will be this tall. I had to give it a shot. It's just one of those things. Who knows when they'll come out? There's no date listed. All it says is pre-order in the 30 days. And then just wait, I guess. And that's it for this week. That's it. Holy shit. I mean, woo! There's a lot of toys coming. Speaking of which, like I said, I'm expecting the Nier Automata 2B and Machine come in sometime today. I found my due back this morning. I got my Solo Series 1 from Dorkside Toys, and then Veebs was able to get his hands on the Marvel Legends Apocalypse Wave. So, I may take a drive this weekend, take a look at that, try to get some video up, try to find a different way of shooting, or try to do. I just want to play with X-Men toys, and I may film it when I do it. We'll see what happens over the weekend next week. So if you like this Fwoosh Quickie, Quickie, far from that. If you like this Fwoosh Weekly, comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.